Hi everyone, it's another day. It's what is it? Wednesday now. Had physio this morning and had to take back a side window rubber which I was going to hopefully use for the windscreen. Didn't fit, so they work on an exchange basis. And the other day when I was at the salvage yard, I was just going through a few cars, just curiosity. If I see something that looks really nice, I just go and have a look anyway, even if I don't need the parts. And I saw a Grand Jeep Cherokee, and had a look inside and had a look at the gauge cluster, and I thought, holy shit, that's a nice gauge cluster. And it actually looks like it's got tan faces on it, or on the cluster. And I wanted tan faces because that's what my original faces were. They were tan. Now, I had to take that rubber back and thought, what am I going to get? What am I going to get? And I thought, you know what, I like that cluster. I'm going to grab that cluster. It was only $45. So they gave me the $10 refund, and that cost me $35. This is one of those moments where you want to shoot yourself in the head. Whoever thought that a 2002 Grand Jeep Cherokee gauge cluster is exactly, down to the millimetre, the same as a 1936 Studebaker? It is. So, that's it there. I've taken the outer plastic piece off it, which has a curved acrylic face on it. I've cut the black plastic outer piece down to a required size, and what I'm going to do now is I've got my oven on, and I've got that fascia piece in there. I'm doing a little bit of an experiment. I did crack it, but the thing is, when this is flat, it's actually longer than I need. So I'm hoping that when this is hot, I can lay it out on the flat bench here and squash it flat. Then where the crack is here, I can cut that straight off across the bottom. Most important part is obviously the radiuses on the top part of it. So yeah, I am spewing because I just got those gauges too. Doesn't mean I will use this. I thought for $45, something to play around with. I got all the plug and everything with it too. It may work, it may not work. I need to speak to an auto electrician about it. But yeah, I like it. Now the gauges aren't, I don't know, they're not tan. They're sort of, I don't know what you'd call them. Sort of, yeah, I don't know. Maybe bone or something like that. But it looks fantastic. I'll go and get the fascia that I've cut down, and I'll bring it back in. Okay, guys, I'm back. This is the fascia that was on here. So I cut that off, and I left enough of a lip there to sort of match the one on the bottom. And just take this off, otherwise I'm struggling to push it over every time. I won't clip it down either, like it's got to go down a lot further, but that's what we got. So if I go and stick a piece of acrylic or perspex, whatever you like to refer to it as, over the top of that onto these edges, that goes straight in the hole. I don't have to do no patching, nothing. It just goes straight in. There's heaps of room behind it. And yeah, there's lots of things I can do away with here, because as I hold this up into the light, I can sort of see that there's going to be like, what's that, trans, over temp, don't need that, part-time, whatever that means. I think it says check gauges, but gauges isn't spelt correctly, it's missing the U out of it. Cruise control, and it's got a motor there, I'm not sure what that would be for, probably motor temp, I'm guessing. And then it's got central locking, I don't need that. It's got airbag, I don't need that. It's got a fuel light, which I probably need along with the fuel gauge. Headlights, parking brake. Looks like it's got a driving light one there as well. I don't need that. It's got another fuel icon there. So that might be the main one, not the one up the top. One could have been for diesel, one could have been for petrol, I don't know. Then you've got battery. I don't really need that because I have that on the amps. And then there's an ABS there, which I don't need. And let me just, sorry guys about the camera, just checking the bottom. Nah, there's nothing along the bottom there. So there's a few of those that I can easily clear out, because they're just little inserts there in the back. But yeah, what a shame, what an absolute shame. In the very early days, I did look at doing something like this, and I did on eBay locally find a Mercedes insert, and the Mercedes insert was too big. I couldn't modify it. This thing, I don't have to do anything with it. So, I'm just getting some shoes on, guys. It's freezing cold here and feet are like blocks of ice. So, oops, hang on a sec. So much for that, guys. I think I totally screwed that up. I think I left it in there too long. I think the principle will work, but yeah, I think I mucked it up. That's what I get. That's what I get for chatting. So bear with me. I'll see what I can salvage out of it. This is only experimental. If this sort of looks like it will work, I'll just go and buy a piece of acrylic and cut it out to the right shape, and I won't have to heat it up or anything. This is just, as I said, it's just experimental. I was only going to throw it out. So, I think if I hadn't have cocked up, it might have actually worked. It's probably savable, but it's got some ripples in it now. Somehow I've got to get this completely straight. And the other thing is, I hope the camera angle's alright, this black trim around it, I'd actually need to get my jigsaw or an extremely sharp blade and cut around that. I'd have to eliminate that black trim from around it. Damn it. That's buckled there because that had a little outlet for the resetting the trip meter. So now I know with these things you can put these back in and heat them up again. So I think that's what I might do. We'll just have a bit of a look over here and show you what I was trying to do. So yeah, it's shrunk as well, guys. I ballsed it up. It's as simple as that. But basically that's what I was trying to do. See how now the whole thing sort of is longer because it's had the curve taken out of it. So, you know, I think that, you know, if I do it properly, it'll work. So, was my first go, and yeah, I cocked it up. So what can I say? All right. At least you guys know if you have a go at it, keep an eye on it. Don't get carried away with doing your YouTube filming. But I wanted to sort of show you something. So yeah. Yeah, sorry for the interruption, guys. Next door neighbour wanting some car advice. So yeah, it didn't work out too well. You saw it live. So anyway, I'm not going to have a go at that again. So all I'll do, and I have actually pushed this on now. So all I'll do is I'll just get a piece of Perspex or acrylic, cut for the front there, and see what it comes up like. You know, I'm sort of left in a bit of a predicament now, don't I? Aren't I? I've got those new set of gauges, and they're going to do exactly the same as this fascia that I bought for 45 bucks. I don't know what to do. Yeah, so I'll make a few inquiries, and I'll see if we can wire this in. And worst comes to worst, I'm pretty sure I can always sell that set of gauges to someone in the club. Who knows? I don't plan building another project, so yeah, we'll see. And the other thing is, maybe I can use some of those gauges in the Chev. Might be time for a little bit of a update. But we'll see. Again, on a couple of things, I need an auto electrician to sort of have a look at it, especially the speedo, the way all that's hooked up. But yeah, got a couple of little things I can play with and a few options there, so all's good. Cheers. There you go guys. Just got that sort of, just holding it in by hand at the moment, obviously because I've got those tabs in the way. And that's a bloody good fit. Very, very neat. It looks good.